Hi there, welcome back. You've read the title, so let's jump right into it. And oh my god, you can already tell how badly this art block has hit me because I just keep redrawing the same lines over and over again. And trust me, that's like the summarization of the first 30 minutes of this recording. Nothing was really going my way, but don't worry, it gets better as we go on through the video. And to be honest with you, I didn't even really want to make this a digital piece. At first it was only a traditional drawing, just a small sketch. But I just had the idea of like, why not? Let's just record it here. And for the hair, I drew two different hairstyles for him. And this is the first one, which is with his hair down. See, in the sketch, it was really terrible, just like the wrong type of messy. But I really like how it turned out digitally. And then on the second one, you'll see how that turned out. It's pretty much the opposite. But you can see here, I'm just, figuring things out and changing it based on the facial structure that I did because it wasn't really identical to the sketch. And this is pretty funny without context because I'm just moving his hair up and down, trying to figure out because it was either too low or too high. And this is the second hairstyle. Now this, like I said, had the opposite problem. On paper it looked really good. I really like how it turned out. But for some reason, once I started drawing it digitally, it's like the entire hairstyle completely went off the rails. I don't know what this is. It doesn't look great. And you can see I just keep redrawing the same lines and editing it, deleting some stuff. It was just a mess. And these are the two different hairstyles, just to see them out. And then onto the coloring. So for the skin color, he's a pretty cold guy, both figuratively and literally. So I really wanted the colors to reflect that. I just realized that I haven't really been talking about the character, so this is one of the game characters that I'm designing. It's just for my own personal interest, and he has snow white hair, pretty white hair. So I wanted his skin color to reflect that and make it a bit pink. For the hair, I don't know why I started the base color in gray, if I'm being honest. It should have been way lighter than that, because at the end his hair turned out more of a grayish blue color rather than what I wanted it to be, which is pretty white. But we move. And for his eyes, I really want them to be piercing blue eyes, really, really pigmented. And then I just did some basic lip coloring and then went on straight for the shading. Now obviously I'm not a professional at this. Art isn't really my main thing, if I'm being honest, but I tried my best to make it look, more blended, more soft. And for the neck, I honestly don't know what this is. What am I doing here? And you'll see in a few seconds, you know how YouTube tutorials tell you to do subsurface scattering on the skin and stuff like that. I tried to be fancy with it. It turned out decent. That's the most I can say about it, if I'm being honest. But I just added a bit of a pink shade to his skin. And then onto the hair. Again, why did I make his hair darker than I wanted it to be? I have no idea. I just went along with it because honestly I CBA. I'm just adding highlights and darker shades, trying to put some definition into the hair. I know these are the type of highlights that I usually do. I think it's really cute. It gives the hair a bit of a glossy or a gelled look. And it's not too much, it's not too bright. At first I tried to smudge it a bit, but that didn't turn out great. So I just blurred the edges to make it have more of a softer look, so that it's not splotches on his hair, which is pretty weird, you know. For the lips, I did like pretty basic shading, nothing too crazy. And for the second hairstyle, you can already see the first problem. The skin was, oof, it was rough. So I had to go again with the base color on like a duplicate layer, and then I had to blur basically the transition between the old skin color and the base color. And I think I did a pretty decent job at it. I then added some highlights, some darker shades, you know, trying to make it look as natural as possible. And for your enjoyment and my absolute embarrassment, here's a few tries of me drawing eyebrows, which I never draw on characters. And you can see I'm really struggling with this one. I tried. For the hair, somehow, some way, it turned out worse than the first one. You'd think that it would be better because I already have experience with the first hairstyle, but somehow it turned out worse. It turned out darker than the first hairstyle. I guess it was just the color options that I picked for this. But like I said, this really wasn't my favorite hairstyle or hair color. I don't know, I really like the first one. Which is weird because on paper I liked this one better. I thought it looked more like him, like his character, because he's more like stern and royal. But for the digital drawing, it was just weird, man. And again, I'm doing the same thing with the highlights, just adding them on random spots and then blurring the edges to make it look softer. And that's probably the only thing that redeemed this hairstyle, if I'm being honest. And here are the two of them, just side by side. One looks arguably better than the other, but you know, just don't talk about that. And you know, funny story, I actually wanted to color the line art, and then my computer absolutely crashed on me and deleted the entire footage and the entire save file of the drawing. So yeah, that was fun. But anyways, here's the before with the line art completely black, nothing interesting, nothing really great. And then here it is with the colored line art. I think it looks way better, it looks softer, it looks more natural than the harsh black line art. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this drawing, if I'm being honest with you. So yeah, that is it for our art session. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I was going through a really tough art block at this time, so I really tried to push myself and do the art and do it well. But yeah, I hope this gives you inspiration, and thank you for watching. Stay hellish.